What's up everyone? Today we're going to be doing an elephant blowfish build, but this time we're going to be putting a little bit of a twist on it. What the twist is going to become apparent a little bit later on in the run, but I will let you know from now that it is going to involve the Oyster Mushroom, which is a new perk that they added in the update. So what we will need is a lot of stats, preferably on an easily scalable unit in the early game. Here I am picking up some chihuahuas, which I think we can scale up potentially. I do have some pets that can help scale this up, but I think we have better targets for this. So we're just going to use them for a couple of turns in order to secure some wins and draws. We get one trophy out of the early game, which is perfect. And we're going to take a level up into a Babusi. So this is a great start. I don't usually go heavy scaling to begin with, because most of the time you want to be scaling late game pets as opposed to early game pets. But today we're going to be focusing on scaling up a big jellyfish. And you might be wondering how this all relates to an elephant blowfish build, and you will find out pretty soon, but for now we're just going to enjoy some stats onto the jellyfish. We're hoping to not lose, even though we will have pretty heavy tempo going further on into the run. Here we get figged on, a little bit unfortunate. This is actually my first time that the radish screws me over a little bit, so I'm going to watch the replay and figure out exactly what happened. Because fig is a tier 3 food and we are only at tier 2 currently, I was a little bit confused how that fig got there, but apparently the answer is that the radish is going to copy the tier of whatever pet you put it on. And because rabbit was tier 3, therefore the perk that it is going to receive will also be tier 3. That is all in all pretty irrelevant for this run, but I wanted to point it out maybe for future radish enjoyers. I know Rev has a very good radish video of his own. But never mind all of that, we're going to get some Babusi buffs once again. We have a level up prepared for the next turn. A very clutch win on this turn against this tempo heavy team, which was exactly what we wanted to see. So we go into tier 3 and we immediately find the elephant. So that is one component of the elephant blowfish team that we have managed to receive right here. We're going to take the lobster, enjoy some buffs to go with the elephant. We even pick up a puppy for the lasagna, so this elephant is going to become quite massive. 5-9 already. It's going to be receiving a Babusi buff guaranteed at the end of the turn as well. So all of a sudden that elephant has become our biggest unit yet. So that is quite enjoyable. We should be able to win relatively easily, I would assume. But what actually ends up happening is that they have a goblin shark at the back that swallows one of your units and never returns it. So that was quite an unfortunate loss. We have gotten a few of those already, but we're not sweating it at all as we're building up the elephant once more. It is now a 915, 1 XP away from a level up. Yet another elephant enjoyer and yet another loss that we will get to incur right here. A little bit unfortunate once again. But I can't really complain because we have been super lucky ourselves. Like, look at this. Level 2 elephant already, we have a big jellyfish to go along with it, and we also find the oyster mushroom right in the shop, which is going to be a key component for the build. You might be wondering what stupid thing is this guy cooking up this time, but you will see soon enough. We will need a couple of more oyster mushrooms though. I am blind apparently and I miss one of them in the shop, which is super unfortunate. But at least we get to enjoy some free milks with the waffle, and we get to build up the jellyfish and the elephant even further. So we hop into yet another fight. We should be winning, especially considering the fact that we have lost 3 times already. We should be facing relatively weak looking teams and we win quite dominantly right there. Hopefully our lucky streak continues by us finding a blowfish, and indeed we do in the initial shop, so that was very lucky for us. We're going to take this waffle from the cow, getting those 2 free milks, selling the Babusi in order to slot in the blowfish and get the lobster buffs onto it. I don't think we'll need to buff it too much and you will soon understand why, but for now we're just going to play along, have the classical elephant blowfish team prepared. We even get a little bit of a memory bonus by transforming this jellyfish into an elephant, or we would have if we had kept the positioning. So yeah, this is a very classic Eliblow looking team. We're just going to hopefully dominate in the mid game, and late game you will see the true purpose of this build. But for now we're winning quite easily, which is great news. We can hopefully find some alternative way to scale and not just decal. We find double monkey, very lucky, and I think we're going to be picking both of them up. Yep, no need for the lobster anymore. We have slotted in all of the units that we wanted to see. Levels on the blowfish are not super necessary. You might have already understood the purpose of the oyster mushroom onto the elephant, and therefore you might be able to understand why we don't need any levels. But yeah, we're just going to enjoy the scaling from the monkeys, going to continue abusing the power of elephant blowfish. Even in custom packs it's able to dominate, which I was very happy to see. I thought it would get overpowered by the other broken builds that are available to be played in custom packs. By the way, this is wild custom packs, this is not even standard, so people can do whatever they want, and elephant blowfish is still able to dominate. Here thankfully we find a behemoth, a beefy boy that we can put in the back. We can level it up to level 2 actually next turn, which is great news. We can get double the scaling from it. And maybe it will become the new target of our buffs rather than the jellyfish itself. Here we see a woodpecker camel blowfish team, kinda scary, but thankfully we get quite lucky and we scrape a win right there. So now we are at turn 11, still waiting to see that oyster mushroom. If only I hadn't skipped the one that was already provided to us, right? But yeah, I'm just in the meantime going to level up the monkey a little bit, since we're going to be unlucky in finding what we need. Behemoth scales itself up, monkey scales up the elephant. We continue running classical elephant blowfish, but I promise you the twist will come shortly. For now, I think we should be able to win. Yep, we have sufficient stats in order to claim a victory right there. And I believe maybe it is on this turn that we find it. Yep, the oyster mushroom has finally arrived, and we're going to put it on the blowfish itself. And this is the premise. The elephant is going to transform the behemoth into itself, and the blowfish is going to transform the elephant into itself. So what this actually does is that it shifts over the elephant blowfish combo worst space forward, and also it allows us to use the broken stat line of the behemoth that scales itself up every turn. The downside unfortunately though is that we get all of these pets at level 1 after they transform, but you will soon see how this works in the fight. So the old blowfish is going to become obsolete as we get another elephant and another blowfish onto the team. And this is what I wanted to do today. This is the fun premise of the build I had in mind, and we end up relatively easily winning that round. Like, the scaling from a level 3 monkey plus a level 2 behemoth is nothing to be joked about. So we're going to continue scaling up a little bit. We can afford some perk on the behemoth. I didn't have many in the pack, so I think I do have radish though that we were able to see at the beginning of the video, so I might be able to put that on the behemoth. For now though, we get to see the combo once more. The new elephant and blowfish are born, and they are going to be dominating this corn cob team. Even though they have limitless summons at the back, we just destroy them relatively easily with the power of the blowfish. And I believe this is going to be the final round. We're just going to take some final scaling, get the radish, and I think it's going to be a pretty funny final round with the power of the radish itself. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.